Hello everyone, welcome back to my F1 career mode, and here we are for our F1 debut at Bahrain. It's going to be fascinating to see. Actually no, it's not going to be fascinating to see, but it will be a test of trial and error whilst I'm getting used to Formula 1 cars in the game. I've spent the last season, of course, in the career mode in the F2 cars. We won the championship quite convincingly, and now we're in Formula 1 with Williams, who are comfortably the weakest team on the grid, as I found out to my cost in practice, and then qualifying to the grid just in front of you to Ferrari lockout. Not surprised by that, really. The Williams car, though, I've got to say, struggling in all areas. I'm struggling on throttle, struggling off throttle, sliding all over the place. I don't have much confidence in it, so I was going to limit the amount of flashbacks I would use normally, but this one isn't going to be the case. Latifi qualified 18th, and I qualified 20th, quite a bit of a gap behind. The reason why I qualified quite far behind was because on my second run I damaged the floor in qualifying on my second, so I couldn't improve on the lap time, and I spun off as a result. And then when they were fixing it, I didn't have any extra time to go out and do another lap, so my first lap, which was very, very scruffy, has put me at the back of the grid, which isn't a surprise. And I've no idea how my race pace is going to be. I am struggling with turn 2 the most out of all the corners on the track. I just can't seem to squeeze the throttle comfortably enough to get onto the back of, well, any good performance. So it's going to be a difficult season, I think, in the Williams. My difficulty is on 90 as well, so I expect the AI to be a lot quicker than me in Bahrain, but then things will play out a little bit differently. I've heard in Saudi Arabia, I think the AI are just a little bit too OP in the first one. So that's our strategy. Oh god. On the hard tire. God, I hate the hard tire on this. Let's see if we can push the mediums as far as possible. Hopefully there's a safety car. I hate the hard tyres around here. They're just awful. But let's get onto the formation lap. I've still no idea how to launch an F1 car properly. Been really struggling with that part of it. Like that. That's how terrible that was. I was half tempted to go hard to mediums, but in all honesty, I don't think any strategy that I pick will help me. I think I'm just going to be rubbish around Bahrain. Try not to lose it under the formation lap track, that'd be a good idea. Which I've done. This is what I mean, I'm just really struggling. More, I think it's, to be honest with you, it's definitely more me than the car. The car is not great, but I shouldn't be put it this way, I shouldn't be spinning under the formation lap, should I? That's me just trying to get temperature into the tyres, but doing a fairly miserable job of it. No rain expected. What a shocker that is. So from what my practice was telling me, I ran all 3 compounds during practice. Medium is quite nice, but it's very easy to spin up through the final corner. What experience told me on the softs was that it's a lovely tyre, just that you're not allowed to use it in the race because it'll be pointless. Well, you shouldn't use it in the race, it'll be pointless. And that the hard tyre is awful. No matter what corner, what speed you're going around, it's just woeful. Right, I've got to get into position. Nice. I wasn't ready for the start. There we go. That wasn't the worst start I've ever had, I've got to be honest. Oh, Latifi is having a wonderful time. I forgot to accelerate. And Vettel got back past me. Oh, here comes Stroll. I'm not using ERS, I'm trying to save as much as that I can through the race. Tsunoda and Vettel side by side. I've got Stroll alongside me. Tsunoda having a massive snap over Oversteer, and I've had an even bigger snap of Oversteer. I think I'm going to lose this position to Stroll.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Okay. Only reason why I got that back was because I dived him up the inside. So Latifi's had an amazing start. Mine has been less than convincing. And that's not going to help. And Latifi's already under pressure up there. Oh, what's gone on there? Gasly, Schumacher and Latifi all fighting over position. Oh, Stroll's got an absolute missile in straight line. Leclerc's in the pits. That's what the front wing end plate at turn 4 was. Ooh. AI are a bit too hesitant through there. Ah, that was clumsy. I was just trying to not crash, to be honest with you. Oh, he's so much better than me through there. Oh, Gasly's lost it. He's held it. That was lucky. Got on the curb. That curb is so slippy there. And Gasly gets away with it. Latifi stays in front. Ah, I forgot about that curb. So Charles Leclerc is now on the soft compound. Latifi looks so slow compared to Gasly. Bit of contact between the two. I've got my line all wrong through there. Latifi's going to get Gasly back. Incredible.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh, it's an unbelievable fight so far. Hi, Nick.
You've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
That's Ricardo off the road. He's done the same thing. I've almost done something stupid. Well, I did do something stupid, but that's not the point. And then, these last couple of corners, I'm just going to flashback because these last couple of corners have just been stupid. Not really sure how, but we're running 15th, 16th. That's a good start for us. That's where I'm weak compared to the AI. I'm so slow through there. Gasly has now absolutely swanned off into the distance.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds.
Vettel's all over the back of Latifi now. Vettel was through them. They both should. I was going to say both would have DRS, but I don't think they will. Maybe I'm wrong. Why is that spinning there? Explain that corner to me. Why is that car spinning on that bit? Ugh, I just can't get that corner right at all. Oh my god. I can't stand turn 1 and 2 since I've jumped back onto the wheel. It is absolutely awful. Like, I'm so slow through there. I'm practically a pensioner. I'm in the wrong gear. That was so clumsy. I'm doing flashbacks per corner now. That's how bad it's gone. And Nicholas has been overtaken. It's only a matter of time before I get overtaken as well. Oh, the Latifi's back in front of Stroll actually. He needs a little bit of ERS, but I don't think it's going to do much. Here comes Vettel.
Car in front is a second a lap faster. 1 second.
Well, that sounds about right.
Behind is 2.5 seconds.
Big snap of oversteer then. Wasn't fun at all. I was hoping to try and hold on to Vettel, but I just don't think that's going to be the case. Kept up with in DRS range though, so that's not too bad. We need best lap as well. But I don't think I'm going to keep it now. Hi Hunty, yeah, it's tricky so far, I've got to say, especially the new update today. I've got no traction control or stability control. The only thing I do run is ABS, whilst I'm back on the wheel for the first time in, well, this is the first game I've been on the wheel since F1 2020, so it is just getting back to it and trying to adapt to it, but it's really tough, especially in this car. You know, it's not especially fast, and you know, that's how it is. But you trying to race without the racing line on, you'll get quicker. You know, the racing line is good, don't get me wrong, but it's really good, handy to use, but after a certain period of time you're not going to go as quick as it until you, apologies, mark in my ear then. But you will start going quicker once you don't use that racing line, and it is easier to. It is quite easy to get used to the tracks, to be honest. I know a lot of people do say it takes time, and you know, for certain tracks it does, but for your favourites you'll be flying around pretty quickly. Let's take two bites at the turning then. I've got a warning for track limits. That's my first one. 8 laps down. Currently, Latifi, well, he was fighting with Leclerc. Look, Leclerc has pitted. I don't really get why the AI made him stop onto the soft tyres in the first place, to be honest. It's a bit weird. Oh, that's a miserable corner, though. Stroll within DRS range. Oh, that's a bit wide.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
There's a lot of comments flying in. Hi, Jord. Stroll's going to have really good DRS this time around. I don't think he's close enough, despite with it being within 3/10. Oh, I knew that was wrong immediately. That's why I'm still using the flashbacks for the first race. Brake too late, got on the curb, round she went. Okay, I don't know. Right, Stroll's surely going to be close enough this time around. There's a yellow flag. I was going to say a Mercedes is out. I can't overtake it to this corner, despite having a run on Stroll.
Okay, clear.
Ugh. bit dodgy with the back of Stroll. Impatient on the throttle. So Leclerc's on the hard tyres now. Can he go? Yeah, he'll probably be able to go to the end, to be fair, on that compound. Oh, how many bites into the penultimate corner do I want? I'm quite happy with my pace though compared to Latifi. That's good so far. Oh. It's good so far. Gotta say, tyre wear isn't great, but it doesn't feel too bad to drive on. Fun fact, I was actually supposed to be against Alex Albon this season, but I picked the wrong driver. So, Latifi it is. Sorry, Alex. Look at that, personal best so far. So a couple of pit stoppers have come in, so that's Bottas, Magnussen's in. Ah, that's going to be the end of DRS usage against Stroll.
The car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres.
I imagine Bottas will be quicker than me on the hards. I'll be honest, I wish I had started on the hard tyres now, but never mind.
Okay, the car behind has newer tyres than you. Maintain the gap if possible.
Somehow I've actually managed to keep DRS on Stroll there. Don't know how. Oh, that's a bad corner. Right. So, what time are we due to pit? I didn't actually look then, I just went past it. Stroll coming into the pits. So we're due to pit anywhere between lap 14 lap 16.
Okay, we want you to pick this lap, so push now, push.
I might try and extend it another lap. Car feels nice to drive, to be honest. I think I'll pit this lap. That was a little loop out of, again, my weakest corner on the whole track. Take a picture, we're running inside the top 10.
And gap to the car in front is 5 seconds.
Oh, that's a miserable corner. I think the grip has just gone. So the original plan, because I extended the pit stop, it said to pit on lap 12. How bad's our tyre wear? Tyre indicators just flashed up on the corner. Probably it's best if I pit now. Let's not go too silly with it. Let's just have a look at these comments. Yeah, I know, Jord. I know. It does tend to happen. It does tend to happen too often, actually.
That was a fantastic stop.
That was a good pit stop for the team. Yeah, I know. I use a lot of flashbacks, but I tend to in career mode.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
So Stroll's beat us out, and we are now on icicles. At the moment. Oh my god, there's no grip at all. Which is brilliant. But the AI don't seem to, according to one of the comments I've been reading, the AI don't seem to be afflicted by this issue. So it's kind of, I'm kind of running this option as a disadvantage. It would be fine for league races, but not for this.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
So this is the thing. Stroll was, I came out 1.1 behind Stroll, and in the space of half a lap, he's now with that mistake, he's now 5.5 seconds clear. That's ridiculous. Might have to turn that option off until they fix it with the AI, unfortunately. Okay, so now that the Aston Martins have cleared us by a country mile, it's going to be a case of just racing against Latifi now. I'm just looking at how far ahead on the track map the Ferrari and the Red Bulls are
Ahead is 6.3 seconds.
compared to everybody else, and like there's the lone Mercedes of Russell, and that is an unbelievable gap. Ugh, a flashback again. That's what happens when you don't concentrate. Oh my god. Quick look at that comment. Yeah, just have a look at what Jordan said then. Yeah, I mean the top 10 rule was a good thing to have. I think the reason behind it, why they didn't carry it on was because of the new 18-inch Pirelli tyres, and I think it was done as a safety measure from what I've heard. So it's a bit rubbish, but hopefully next season they'll bring that back, because it did bring quite a lot of strategy variants if, you know, the top 10 were limited or locked into the tyres that they qualified on. I think with it being a new compound and a new profile with the 18 inches, that's what they had to do. But yeah, I do agree. Hopefully that's a rule that comes back. Well, a rule that comes back for league racing. But debut race so far so good. A couple of little blips here and there. My pace was a lot better on the mediums. I'm not a fan of these hard tyres, as you can tell. I just think the hard tyre is honestly awful. There is no grip at all. You know, we're at Bahrain, where even though it is night time, it's still bloody warm. You know, track temperature is going to play a big part in warming these tyres up, and there's just not enough grip available in my opinion. But that's why you don't see people using them in real F1 that often. That's why you saw at the weekend when Ferrari went on, well, Ferrari and Alpine went onto the hard tyres, and they just sank like a stone because there's just no grip at all. All looks good though.
Gap to your teammate behind is 5.7 seconds. Our gap to the car in front is 8.2 seconds.
Ricardo is now catching Latifi. There's another warning for track limits. I can't get any more of them now. Ooh. It's a bit messy. One thing I am noticing that in the race so far is how, or rather in this game currently, and it's not, it's come up a couple of times in F1 this season in real life, but I've really noticed it in the game, is the DRS trains that are being created at the moment. If you look on the track map, there's a McLaren, which would be Norris, assuming, and there's just a whole load of cars that are stuck behind them and can't get past. It's just a big problem. That's something that might need to be looked at. Whoa. So I go a bit dodgy through. Quick right left there. At turn 5 and 6, I should say. Oh, it's too deep. Next question is, am I going to get lapped? It's 10 laps to go and they're about 3 seconds a lap quicker than me at the minute. It's not impossible. Oh, it's been the best lap.
Car ahead is 8.2 seconds.
if I want to save some of my battery? Am I not allowed to do that? Race engineers telling me to use overtake all the time. I just don't bloody want to. Latifi is holding up Ricciardo, quite a treat here. I think Ricciardo's through, but Latifi might have DRS on him. I've just done a new personal best. Ugh. Latifi did have DRS on him. Well, can we keep Ricciardo behind us? That'd be great if we could. That'd be a good finish. That's deep. Do little, oh it's love, it's so happy, world of Harry Bone. Too deep there. I think Ricciardo's going to get Latifi this time around. He's done it the right way. It looked like he was behind going into the DRS zone.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 7.9 seconds.
Side by side through the corner. Ricciardo's got him now. So 7 laps, the gap is 8.1. It'll be a lot less than that after that apex. That was my fault, that. I was in the wrong gear and stepped on the throttle the way that I would have done in 5th. There we go. So, Ricciardo's took a second out of me already.
Okay, gap ahead is 9.6 seconds.
Nice this as well, since Leclerc made his stop for the hard tyres. He's been stuck in that McLaren DRS train. Whoa! There's another flashback. I think we might be keeping the flashbacks for a while. I overcorrected for something that wasn't actually needing to be correct. It's okay though, I made a mess of that corner after flashbacking it anyway, so Ricciardo's going to make more time up on me. Oh, once you make one mistake, they all start coming, don't they? There's another. Had a nice few laps there. I wasn't making any mistakes, big ones anyway. Never mind. Ricardo's taken at least a second out of me per lap here. This is going to be close to the finish.
At the moment, the car behind is lapping faster than us by around a second a lap.
Oh my god, come on! What is going on? The reason why my entrance to that corner was so wide was because I got distracted by something outside my window. I was too busy looking at that. Gap's now less than 5 seconds. I think it's a case of saving as much ERS as I can now. With 5 laps to go. We're lapping 3 seconds slower at the minute than Perez, who's just done that fastest lap. That's a lot of time to try and find. couple of really miserable corners.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Latifi has been lapped. It's going to be closest to whether we get lapped or not, though.
Okay, gaps of the car ahead is 11.1 seconds.
Gap's now less than 2 seconds. We have to fight Ricciardo for this, then. Bit of excitement at the end of the race, trying to keep a faster McLaren behind us.
Gap to your teammate behind is 15.1 seconds. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Oh, I'm just gifting Ricciardo tenths of a second with those couple of mistakes I just made. Kept him out of DRS range for that one. That was good. I've just done a 33.9. Competence has finally arrived. So Sainz is now on his final lap. I think we should be alright. In terms of not being lapped, but we've got to keep Ricciardo behind us if we can. Oh, that was bad. Oh, I've lost it. Don't know why it went then. Try again. Had to lift off and I went on the curb. Try and pull away from Ricciardo if we can. That wasn't a bad exit, it wasn't as good as Ricciardo's, but it should be enough to keep us away. Got a little bit of ERS left, try and keep that. Sainz wins his first ever F1 race. Oh no! What a mistake to make. Dive bomb! That was clean. Ah, it was miserable. I gonna try it, I think. Or not. Oh, I just needed a good exit, didn't I? Do you know what? I'm gonna flashback it, sod it, I don't care. I want my friggin' 17th place, I've worked hard enough. Well, that was a challenge and a half.
Okay, pick up rudder and bring it home.
Oh. Valtteri Bottas with driver of the day. Ah, that hurt. I'm not giving you any money, Jord. Especially for that comment. Hello as well to Sheriff. Hope you're doing okay.
No stranger to the podium.
So Sainz won. I've got more XP for nothing apparently because I'm just going up to level 25. Cool.
So let's review the driver's standings. So let's discuss, and who would you say is
An
a
error
contender
has occurred
for
while
the
saving the highlights
It's got
reel.
to be
Well,
Valtteri
that's
Bottas.
just rubbish, isn't it?
Performance, and I think had the audience's eyes glued to him for the majority of the race. Let's move on to the constructors.
Sainz's fastest lap was a 1:31 flat.
Well,
Ours was a
exciting weekend of Formula
1:33.6. We're
One. Make sure to join us for more
1.3
exciting
quicker
action.
than Latifi. And my best lap compared to the Aston Martin, who are the next slowest car, was half a second. Sorry, 3/10 off Vettel, half a second off Stroll, and we were 6/10 slower than Ricciardo's best time. I'm good, Sheriff. Hope you're good to see that you're doing alright. That's the main thing. Let's have a look at these highlights. I don't know what these highlights are going to be like. Starting from the back though, we've got lowercase for our surname. That's really annoying. But that's the best start I think I've had on the game, which is quite disturbing really. Nearly got caught out on the brakes behind Stroll, but we dived on at the inside and Vettel was really slow. The AI was so slow in turn 1. I need to change the hue of my helmet a little bit. It's a bit too bright pink, should be a bit paler than that. But then I was too afraid to get on the power, so I lost so much ground. Stroll coming back at me. I had to avoid the back of Tsunoda, who was battling, and that's where front wing end plate went on Leclerc's car. And then dived one at the inside of Stroll. That was a bit ballsy from me, I've got to say. Looks good from this outside camera. And down the main straight, ERS, no DRS obviously until lap 3. Stroll alongside me. He gets past me, and then we just dive one back up the inside, and Vettel caught falling asleep. Got 2 cars in one. Lovely. That's for 17th, and then Latifi had a really good opening lap, got himself up to 14th, and then was just holding everybody up. And then Gasly got him. And then Latifi got him back. Oh, look, the highlights aren't long, turns out. Vettel gets past me, but then he's sort of swamped by that going on in the first corner, so I just went back round the outside of him and then squeezed him off the track, because why not? Gasly trying to fight all the way around, and then that was it. That was it. No other highlights. It didn't show my overtake on Latifi, which it cut out right at the end there, but never mind. Thanks, Sheriff, appreciate that. But no, Jordan, you're right. Apart from the inconsistency, which I wonder how long the highlights would be if they did a highlights reel of my flashback usage. 20 minutes? probably. But, you know, first race, debut in the Formula 1 22 season, and we beat Latifi by about 16, 17 seconds, so, and we didn't get lapped. So I don't think that's too bad. I don't think it's too bad at all, really. Acclaim's gone up, still level 1. Which isn't really a surprise. So let's see what we can do in terms of the next steps. I've got to go to a marketing event. I know how they work. Do you have time to answer the latest batch of fan questions? Yes, I do. As most normal people will never experience, in a few words, could you describe the feeling of driving a Formula 1 car? Driving a Williams feels like I'm on a roller coaster as I'm out of control. You're certainly making a name in Formula 1. How would you describe your relationship with the other drivers on the grid? I don't know anyone. I've just bloody started, apart from Joe from last season. Let's just say great. Let's just say great.
Thanks for dealing with that.
That was it. You asked the drivers feature is 2 questions. Amazing. Okay, so there's not much time between now and the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, which I'm going to do in another episode, which might be tomorrow. But let's see what we can do for R&D, because we are comfortably bottom. So we can do engine, should be pretty straightforward. That'll be there in time for Australia. And we can't do any other things because we're only on, I think our departments are only at build time 1 development per, I think it is max number of upgrades in development at the same time is 1 for each department. So we need to try and get these departments up first with the cash that we will inevitably get. It's a bit depressing, but not to worry. Am I going to get copyrighted actually for the music? I've just realised. Turn the music off in the background. I don't know if there has been any copyrights for music, but let's just be on the safe side. So advance it forward, we'll get the secondary wing flap, so that's going to make us a bit stronger. They're now on the car, puts us just behind Aston Martin. I say just behind, I don't know. And if we advance it forward, Pirelli hot lap. Yeah, let's not do that. And let's do Jeddah for next race. But yeah, let's have a look at these last comments. Yeah, Acclaim level 3 isn't bad actually after 2 questions. You're not wrong, Chud. That'll do quite nicely. Don't really know what perks it gives me, though. I'm not really sure if it does do anything. Anywho, Saudi Arabia will be the next race. Hopefully I'll be streaming tomorrow, and if I am, do check us out for round 2, which will be around Saudi Arabia, which is a track that I get on with a lot more than what I do with Bahrain. And there's really only one corner that I struggle with around Jeddah. But other than that, thanks very much for watching, and wherever you might be in the big wide world, have a good one and see you soon.